Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to Stretford, Paddock. I am Adam McKola. Manchester United have drawn 1-1 with West Ham United, but we are third. It's a proper head scratcher at the moment. We are third temporarily. If Chelsea beat Liverpool, then that obviously changes. But look, today was another day where Manchester United dropped points at home in the chase for top four. If we don't get Champions League football at the end of this season, we only have ourselves to blame. You look at the Southampton game, 2 big points dropped. You look at this game today, 2 big points dropped. And why were those points dropped? Well, if you want to be very, very ruthless about this, Paul Pogba mistakes have cost us 2 points. But that's not to say the whole team performed well. I don't think the team played well at all. I don't think from back to front they covered themselves in glory. But if you get down to the nitty-gritty, it was a Paul Pogba error that cost us against Southampton and cost us again today. And we really need him to stop cutting those errors out. Now, today it was a handball. I understand why it happens. We've all had a ball twatted at us and have put our hands up like quickly to protect ourselves or watch our face. But when you look at that, the more and more you look at it, the more daft it gets. Yes, the ball's coming very quickly towards him, but Paul Pogba ducks into it and then brings his hands up to cover his face. Whereas if he just stands, it hits him in his chest. It's probably going to be sore. It's probably going to whinge you, but it's not going to be a penalty and it's not going to be a goal to West Ham United. It's still going to be 0-0. And despite the fact United weren't playing well at that point, we go into the second half at 0-0, hopefully with a rocket up our arse and we can come out and perform and hopefully win the game. We did get a goal in the second half. It came through Mason Greenwood, but we didn't create enough chances. That was clear. We didn't play well enough. There was times in this game today, we had Mark Noble rolling his foot over the ball like he's Zidane. Like, I didn't get it. This was Mark Noble against Nemanja Matic, who has won how many Premier League titles and done how much in football. World Cup winner Paul Pogba, Bruno Fernandes in there somewhere. And we got Mark Noble rolling his foot over the ball like he's Zinedine Zidane. I didn't get it. Now, one thing that's cost us over these last couple of weeks, Southampton, Chelsea, today, what has it been? The common theme there, individual errors. Now, individual errors could come down to fatigue, tiredness, all that kind of thing. But it's no excuse. I understand you're tired, boys. I understand, we haven't got a great squad. We can't really rotate things around well. But you've got to dig in. You've got to do the basics right. And today we just weren't doing that. There's a point where Timothy Fosu-Mensah can see right across his line. He's got a great opportunity, hold his line. He gets the balls. He can whip it in across the box. Now, we did whip it in across the box. And Mason Greenwood clipped it wide. But it was a basic. He looked across the line and still was played offside. I didn't get it, and it's throughout the pitch we're making these basic, simple errors. Today, thank God, David De Gea never did anything wrong. I don't know what would have happened, but he never saved the penalty. The penalty went straight down the middle, and he hasn't saved a penalty in like 19, 20, 21. I've lost count how many penalties since he's saved one. But surely your goalkeeper should be saving some of your penalties. Now, that one, not his fault. All right, fair enough. You move forward. Maguire and Lindelof didn't have a great lot to deal with. But again, they don't fill you with confidence. Brandon Williams, another poor game for him today. I thought he gave the ball away too much. I thought he wasn't running into the right directions. And I never thought I'd be saying Luke Shaw, we'd be missing him right now. But we're missing Luke Shaw. That's how much he had improved in the last couple of weeks. Now, we know Luke Shaw had the capability to pull off a stinker. But today, Brandon Williams did that. I didn't think Fosu started too badly in terms of doing the basics right, but then it was little simple errors like that. In the midfield, Matic, he hasn't performed since he got his new deal. What's the problem with that? Were you just looking for that new deal, or are you just tired? Because it's one thing we've said over a long time. Once Matic loses his legs or he gets fatigued, it's quite obvious that he shouldn't be on the pitch. And I feel that at the moment. Pogba just come back from an injury, okay, but still basic, simple errors. When he was on the ball, some of the balls he was pinging, the crossfield passes, all of that stuff, they looked good. But when you have to get down to the nitty-gritty and do the basics, they weren't coming off right. Bruno, I thought he was poor today. Rashford, he got pocketed by Ben Johnson. I don't even know who Ben Johnson is. But Marcus Rashford got dealt with by him today. And that young lad, that was a massive performance from him. Fair play to him, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be snide by saying I don't know who he is. I genuinely don't know who he is. I've never seen him before. But he put Rashford in his pocket today. Now, again, Rashford's just come back from an injury. You could put some of it down to fatigue, match fitness. But there's no excuses for this. And I think we've got to learn how to grind these results out. Martial today, when he got on the ball, he looked great. Apart from that, he wasn't on the ball. He got an assist for Greenwood. Greenwood got the goal today. I thought he did all right. And look, Mason Greenwood got our goal. You probably give him man of the match. But I don't think anyone really stood out for Manchester United today. And that was the problem. When the pressure's on, call it the FA Cup semi-final, Southampton to go third, here to go third or fourth or whatever it is, we're not delivering. We're not delivering. Now, is that down to fatigue? Ollie hasn't been able to change his team around much. So he could maybe point to, I haven't got enough quality on the bench. I don't feel confident in putting Mata, in putting Lingard, in putting Andreas Pereira into this team. I don't feel confident. And if that's the case, like I said last week, it's a huge message to the board and they have to back him. They have to back him. And I don't mind there being messages sent to the board in terms of improving this squad. We don't want them to get into a false sense of security if we just won all of our games and, carried on keeping it going and all that. Like, you don't want that to happen. But at the same time, we need to see a better performance. And we've now put it from, look, we all know that 3 points today, we still could have gone out of the top 4 on Sunday. We all know that. But now we're going there with that added pressure of, we've not performed well against West Ham. We've not performed well against Chelsea. We've not performed well against Southampton. We're going into it against a game against Leicester City, who albeit they lost against Spurs, they haven't been on the best of form, but at home in their last game of the season, to nail down Champions League football, they are going to be up for it. Now, obviously, we hope Liverpool spank Chelsea, United and Leicester can draw, and we all get through together and send Chelsea out. I think that would be great. But United have put the pressure into their hands now and into their place. Now, we haven't got an FA Cup final to look forward to because of the simple fact that we fucked everyone off in the FA Cup semi-final to rest them for this. And then we drop points in this. It just baffles. Oh, it's annoying, man. It's so annoying. But look, since the break, we've managed to get ourselves into this position. We've got one game left to seal top 4. If you do that, I think you can look at it as being a good end to the season with a lot of fatigue in the side. But there's still a lot of questions to be answered. And I think, we were all excited a few weeks ago. We were all looking forward. And there was a lot of people saying, we don't need Grealish, we don't need Sancho, we don't need this and that. But I think what these last few weeks have shown is, whilst Ollie deserves time, whilst Ollie is getting things right, he needs to be backed in the transfer market so our squad is better and more able to challenge for the big trophies and the big teams at the top and to gain that consistency. Like, you get consistency when you're able to make changes and you're not absolutely drilling your team into the ground by playing them week in, week out. Simple as that. I also thought Ollie got it wrong today. You can't let the manager get away with it. I thought David Moyes came to Manchester United today. He had it far too easy. I can't stand seeing Moyes in the dugout at Old Trafford. It brings back nightmares. But he had it all his way today. And I felt like towards the end of the game, West Ham were just like, all right, we're happy to take this point. Let's get out of here with it. And that's exactly what they did. A frustrating day. I hope it's all down to fatigue, tiredness, the accumulation of these fixtures and the lack of a good squad. I hope it's down to that. But I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit worried. Anyway, guys, shout out the bus driver. Make sure you subscribe to Stretford Paddock. Like, comment, share and subscribe. I've been Adam McKola. Also join if you can as well. We're trying to hit 200 members, so go and check that out. But for now, I've been Adam McKola. Top 4 is still to play for. As it stands, we're third, but who knows what that could be at the end of the day. See you in a bit.